Made it as high as 3 in the polls. And they kick it off here in Charlotte, North Carolina as they win the tip. It'll feel like a home game for the Tar Heels. The winner of this one advancing to the second round in a matchup with Michigan State. Harrison Ingram gets the first touchdown low, and the first basket of the ball game turned in by Harrison Ingram.
Yeah, the important part for Wagner. You slow the tempo down. Can you keep North Carolina out of the paint? You only have 7 players. So you're limited at how aggressive you can be defensively because you don't want to get into foul trouble. But does that change how Wagner has to play? We saw early on. NC go right to the paint.
Keontae Lewis backing down Baycott. That'll be a matchup to watch today. Lewis can't hit it. Wagner College Seahawks from Staten Island, New York, with an enrollment just over 2,000. Beat Howard in the first 4 on Tuesday in Dayton. That was a 3-point victory. Baycott gets it inside. No trouble scoring over the much shorter Julian Brown, giving up almost a foot.
Cormac Ryan coming off that screen, extremely fast and hard, attracted 2 defenders. The roll man was Baycott. Had the advantage inside, able to score another paint point.
Don't have to remind Carolina Tar Heels fans because they were in this pod a few years ago, but Charlotte was the location in this arena where UMBC made history and took down Virginia as the first ever 16 seed to be the 1 seed. FDU did it again last year. Another bucket down, and that is R.J. Davis, AP first team All-American, consensus All-American when it's all said and done. First Tar Heel since Justin Jackson as an AP first team All-American. Continues to stack a wonderful career. He's a New York native from White Plains, New York, taking on a team from Staten Island. That one's short from Taryn Allen. Tar Heels want to move it. Talented freshman point guard, Elliot Cadeau. Ryan gives it up and now gets it back. Cadeau tries, missed it. Keontae Lewis with the rebound. This was the star from Tuesday night. Council misses on his first attempt. Ingram out of the pack. Carolina wants to run. Davis from the floor. Look at Esquera with the steal up ahead. Council, and he lays it in. And Wagner's on the board.
Well, that's the defense that we talked about in regards to why Wagner is so potent. The ability to get back that time, and that's a way too to kind of exit your offensive sets in half court to try to get some easier baskets if you can create that off turnover. There it is again.
Another steal by Javier Esquera out of Puerto Rico. He's on his way, leaves it on the wing. 3-pointer, no good. Had a good look at it, did Julian Brown. Esquera right there again. You get the idea. Esquera is going to be a problem.
Yeah, they got to look at resetting the shot clock off of the offensive rebound in Esquera. You got to know when to push, when to pull back.
They work on the clock. It'll be Wagner ball. Melvin Council Jr., Julian Brown, Javier Esquera played all 40 minutes. Again, there's only 7 available players for Donald Copeland. Ali mentioned he was a terrific guard at Seton Hall, twice in the NCAA tournament as a player. Another occasion as an assistant under Kevin Willard at Seton Hall. Now his first chance as the head man at Wagner. That's a foul. Council will go to the line. He's got 2 coming. Council aggressive driving to the basket.
What the difference, you saw those minutes, right? 40, 40, 40. In the NEC, you probably can get away with that. Against this North Carolina team, because they're a little bit more physical, they're bigger, they're going to wear into you a little bit more. So it'll be very important how Donald Copeland kind of sneaks some minutes in of rest of his main guys.
Knocks the first free throw down. Don't forget, get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Another free throw coming here. R.J. Davis has a little blood to manage here. UNC athletic trainer Doug Halverson. Well, North Carolina, they lost to NC State. That amazing run by the Wolfpack in the ACC tournament, winning 5 games in 5 days. Carolina had won 8 straight games before they lost that ACC title game. Beat Duke twice, Jimmy. Lost to Kentucky and UConn. They belong in this very top-heavy grouping of #1 seeds. They do get the Charlotte draw for their opening round, but if they're going to go to the Sweet 16, it's going to have to go out west to Los Angeles.
Yeah, not an easy path. And you see the parity kind of in college basketball. And not to panic that a lot of high seeds, #1 seeds, beautiful pick and roll again with the empty corner, lost in their conference tournaments. And some would say that could be a good thing in regards to getting rest. But at the end of the day, you want to win. You want to, if you get to the championship game, you're thinking in your mind it's all for naught if you don't. But I'm going to tell you something. DJ Burns Jr. for North Carolina State put on a clinic.
Stud.
I mean, big boy.
Cannot wait to watch him play.
I'm going to tell you something, man. It was his ability to pass the basketball out of double teams.
Yes.
Armando Bacot, they went one-on-one. They tried to double him, but he was doing everything that you can imagine a post player could do inside, and he did it with a high IQ.
Well, they certainly affected some of the draws for the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee. NC State was certainly not a team that was going to March Madness until they won the ACC tournament.
What do you think about this? What, NC State, a team like UAB or Temple, bid stealers, and then you figure that the Big East only got 3 teams in.
Julian Brown for 3. Big hit for Brown. Had 15 against Howard on Tuesday. Made 3 threes in that game. He can get it going from beyond the arc. Bacot goes right at Keontae Lewis. And a mismatch inside Bacot with all of his experience, all of his pedigree. Bacot did have 18 against NC State in that ACC tournament final and 12 rebounds. Again, Brown passed up a 3. Davis right on him. Slips the pass to Keontae Lewis. A little push shot is good.
How about this? How about that Wagner kind of absorbed the early punch of North Carolina, kind of figured it out, and offensively been a lot more efficient those last 3 or 4 possessions.
Seen so many games like this as Bacot goes off the glass, as fundamental as you can get. Tell you, the longer seeds like this, 16s, 15s, 14s, the longer they hang around, the more the screws tighten. Donald Copeland knows better than anybody. It's important to try to stay in the fight here. Council missed it. Another steal by Esquera. That's his 3rd already. And Esquera had that slapped out of his hands by Ryan. Midwest a little bit later in our coverage today from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hubert Davis, glad to be here in his 3rd year as the head man at UNC, ACC Coach of the Year. First time for Davis as head coach, winning the ACC regular season title. A quiet player in his day, Jimmy, but a very vocal coach, and he's got a great team to work with this year. Out of bounds, out of the timeout, Keontae Lewis drops one in. It's a 2-point game.
Beautiful play coming out of the timeout to be able to get Lewis inside.
Inside Withers, the Charlotte native, takes the contact. Jalen Withers, his first minutes on the floor. He's going to the free throw line.
Well, execution. How do you get it done? Underneath, out of bounds, a downstream, post up right in the middle, jump hook. This team operates efficiently because they take care of the basketball, they make solid passes, and they pay attention to little details. And that one right there is what you want coming out the timeout.
First one misses from Withers. Couch or courtside, Jimmy? You can refresh your fandom with a delicious Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? You can try and decide.
Best thing about the couch? You can have that and a cigar with it, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Jimmy's Cigar Bar is always open.
It's always open.
Jalen Withers, 1 out of 2 at the line. Started his career in Louisville. And now back in his hometown of Charlotte for the Tar Heels of Carolina. Had a few transfers come in. Hubert Davis has not been afraid of the portal. Esquera, guarded by Ryan, gives it back. Council. Now Esquera probing once again. Brown, he'll let it fly. Not afraid, got some range. Julian Brown, he hit the clutch free throws late in the first 4 game. Tuesday against Howard. He ties it up at 13 with his second made three-pointer.
I tell you what, this Wagner team, from an execution perspective on the last 4 possessions, has just been outstanding.
Turnover. Baycott throws it away. It'll be Wagner ball and a chance to take the lead. Already 4 turnovers.
Yeah, now Julian Brown ended up with the shot, but it was the ball movement, the spacing, and then the confidence for Brown. You talked about it coming off 15 points against Howard. He had 62 made threes. That's 3rd in the NEC in their conference. So not afraid to put them up.
Brown again. Now it's Council. Working the clock. It's a ball control offense. They almost have to be with 7 players. Well defended by Cormac Ryan. Hit from the heel. Seth Trimble gives it to Withers. Washington was there for him. Withers got stuck though, and he's fouled. So Withers has been active. Foul starting to stack up a little bit. Zongo picks up the foul. Keontae Lewis with 2 early ones. And you figure the big men of Wagner, that's going to be a major story, just trying to stay out of foul trouble with all the size and athleticism of the Tar Heels. There's Roy Williams. Man's got a sweater collection, doesn't he? Big league sweater collection. Best since Ted Knight, I think.
Got it. But you see early, North Carolina points in the paint, 10 out of 13. 0 3-pointer shots attempted. So game plan, dominate the paint, body blow, body blow, body blow. Then once you make the defense kind of succumb to that and pinch in, that's when those open shots or those drives will be there. So we're going to keep our eye on that and see if that kind of plays to their head.
Hey, Coach Williams looks pretty calm right now. As Brown knocks down a mid-range baseline jumper. All tied at 15. Armando Baycott said, you know, Roy Williams was on his case his freshman year. He didn't even think he liked him. Now it's like a grandpa. He's one of his best friends.
Now, if he didn't like you, he wouldn't talk to you.
That's a good point.
That's better him be loud. And speaking of loud, that was a loud 3-pointer. That time by R.J. Davis, needed that one. And to your point, too, about, a team, a higher seeded team hanging around and getting confidence. Wagner has done that, kind of put themselves right back in this one-possession game.
Tajay Kelton on the floor now for Wagner. Top corner. Esquera trying to find some space. Had a big man on him. Now the switch at Esquera with a reverse. That was well defended by Cormac Ryan. R.J. Davis. 40+% three-point shooter. Esquera got
everywhere.
Another one going up top. And the finger roll from Jalen Withers. That was some athleticism there. Pass wasn't great from Davis, but a good recovery.
Well, sometimes we got hops like that. Just throw it anywhere close to the top of the backboard. You know about that.
What's that like, Jim?
You know about that, right?
Tell us all.
Well, no, I'm saying you know about throwing the pass, not catching the pass.
Yes. Even know on that probably. Zongo, they're leaving him open. In and out it goes. Pretty good looking stroke from Zongo. He's going to find himself open for some opportunities.
Well, coaches always said, you're open for a reason, right? He was 1 for 9.
Withers again.
From behind 3.
He was born to take over this job from Roy Williams and that lineage of Dean Smith to Roy Williams. And now a Carolina man in Hubert Davis.
Well, you think about it. He was on the bench before, then he went to TV and kind of came back. So growing the leadership standards with a former player who happened to be a roommate of mine during our Pan Am Games trials back when we were in college.
Lived to tell about it.
He did live to tell about it, unfortunately for him. I tried to put him through and get him to do some stuff he wouldn't do. So.
Nice putback by Council and missed it. Got his own and puts it back. Wagner within 5 here. Marvin Council, his first made basket. His second made basket, I should say. 2 out of 7. Esquera working on Davis. Here's Trimble now. Younger half-brother of J.P. Tokido. Ingram drives it. And Ingram scores it. You see how Harrison Ingram just got rid of Tajay Kelton.
Tajay recovered. And listen, But here's the thing, though. On the drive, Kelton he didn't even really push off. It was just his body weight that pushed Kelton back.
Like he walked into a wall. Esquera.
Ingram's just a big boy, man.
Esquera got his own but couldn't put it back. Running the floor, Withers. Oh, flat tire on his way up, but a foul is called. Vern Harris calling the foul as Withers was going up with bad intentions. Seth Zongo got him on the arm. And again, foul trouble for the Wagner big men already. So 3 for Zongo. Keontae Lewis has 3 already. There's Donald Copeland. He doesn't have a whole lot to turn around and call on. 2 available bench players. And, a little different story on the other side.
Yeah,
for Hubert Davis.
A plethora of uniforms that you can use to get in the game. And that's why I said early, how do you play in this physical environment with a big team like North Carolina? Their game plan is to dominate the paint. And so far it's worked because now both of those players have 3-5. So you got to have to play small, which means a lot of switching, and you're going to be susceptible to offensive rebounds by North Carolina.
Council putting the Jets on. Foul on R.J. Davis. The free throws here for Melvin Council. Hey, watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device. NCAA March Madness Live. Download now. Stay up to date on all the action.
Now let me say this too. The counter to that is this. You're small, all guards. That means that now Baycott, Withers, and Ingram are going to have to guard and defend on the perimeter. Can you, 1, blow by them to get some easy shots? 2, can you force them into some foul difficulties themselves by trying to guard on the perimeter and maybe regulating 1 or 2 of those guys to the bench? So some guys look at it as a glass half empty. Some look at it as a glass half full.
Well, they go small. They're going to rely on a three-point shot and good defense, good hands by Council as he knocks it out of Baycott's hands. 17 to shoot for Carolina here.
The better the ball pressure on the passer, the better you'll be trying to defend inside because the ball won't be able to enter as easily.
Tajay Kelton, the tallest player for Wagner, 6'7". Davis missed it, settled for the 3. Nice save. Trimble lays it in.
There's the downside of the offensive rebounds that Wagner is going to be susceptible to. But excellent play and heads-up play to get it back.
Jalen Withers with that save. He's off to a great start here. It's interesting checking these matchups here. These Carolina big men out guarding these guards because they're all guards. Melvin Council with a little mid-range jumper.
And Melvin Council can play, man.
So much in his
young
game.
fella can play, man.
Coming out of Monroe College.
He's long, he's athletic, he can guard, he can play multiple positions.
Brown hits the deck. Trimble comes up short. Run down by Teron Allen. Here's Council now. Shifty going into the paint. Baycott clears it away. Trimble, good defense that time. Davis drives. Davis puts on the Jets. Missed it. Another rebound for Allen. Carolina cannot convert in transition. Huge size discrepancy on the floor now with Wagner's 2 big men on the bench with 3 fouls apiece. Esquera lets it fly. No. Baycott the rebound. He's going to have a monster rebounding game.
Yeah, Esquera that time a little flat on that jump shot.
Baycott's already got 6 boards. Now he drives it. Missed it. Withers there. The put back and a foul. Jalen Withers a chance at a 3-point play.
And Brian, sometimes you can do everything right. The shot comes up, Withers has a body on him, but guess what? That body by Julian Brown is a little bit short. So he was right there up underneath, and Julian got him, but the size, 6'9" versus 6'1", the ball carried right to Withers. Withers able to put it back up. Now has a chance for old-fashioned 3-point play.
Nice little run here for Jalen Withers. As he caps off the 3-point trip down the floor. He's got 10 now. 6 of 9 from the free throw line. for Withers. Knocked down his 2 shots as well. 8-point Carolina lead. Melvin Council Jr. Guarded by Ingram. Now Baycott switches onto him. Council will crossover. Rises up. In and out it goes. Baycott. Rebound number 7 already.
I'll tell you what, Baycott slid those puppies and took away Council's drive and
gets it deep. Missed the dunk. And now a foul and it goes. Just too big inside. All business. Donald Copeland, the son of a coach. He replaced Bashir Mason, who has brought his St. Peter's team here to Charlotte. They'll be playing later today against Tennessee. Those two very close, very good friends. Quite the coaching tree at Wagner. Dan Hurley. Bob Hurley was his assistant. Bashir Mason, now Donald Copeland. Got Wagner with their first NCAA tournament victory. Down by 10. Here is Council. In and out it goes. He's had a couple of those. Another rebound for Baycott.
You know, it's funny. We were talking about it. There's a lot of connectivity in this region. You see a turnover that time by Cadeau with Bashir Mason, but also Copeland. But then the Ziegler brothers here with
Zakai and Armani.
Yep, here. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of things in this region.
Well, Paxton Wojcik is on the floor now. And Dan Duggan, assistant at Michigan State.
Right.
Was on that UNC staff early 2000s. Early minutes here for Paxton Wojcik.
The basketball world seems large, but it's very small.
Wasn't too long ago your son was playing in the NCAA tournament.
That's when I was a young Jim. That's when I was called Jimmy Jackson. Now it's just Jim.
Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, Mr. Jackson.
Second chance here for Wagner as Council looking for help.
Great defense by North Carolina closing down the gaps.
Vizquera getting late clock here. Ryan's been on him. Now Allen drives it. Allen strong with the left hand.
You know, you don't want to get late in the shot clock against this Carolina defense because that's when the size really looms over you. But excellent job that time to finish. But once again, that time Cormac Ryan able to get his body downhill. And once again, attention to detail by North Carolina. We're not going to bail you out by shooting jump shots. We're going to put our head down, use our size, and force you to have to stop us once we get these big bodies in the paint.
Teron Allen with Ryan on him, drops his shoulder, offensive foul. Ryan hit the deck. Allen commits the foul, and now Donald Copeland bringing a big man back on the floor.
Well, Ryan knew it was coming on the second bump. After he received the first one, now he embellished that a little bit more than what it was, but that's just a heads-up play by absorbing the first one, not giving ground, knowing the second one will follow. You bait your opponent into it, and then you use your acting skills a little bit to take advantage of it.
Allen's got 3 fouls now. 3 players for Wagner. Of their 7 that have 3 fouls already. By the way, Wagner's first turnover today. Carolina trying to turn it into points here. They lead it by 10.
Look who's back in the game in his zone defense with 3 fouls.
Keontae Lewis re-enters as Ryan missed it. Wojcik inside, offensive rebound. Ingram looking for help. Wojcik around the horn it goes. Ryan misses another 3. Flying high for another offensive rebound was Ingram. And Wojcik will be in ball control mode here. Offensive rebound stacking up. Rebound discrepancy in total is a big difference. 5 offensive boards, and now Vizquera finally secures it. 3 shots at it. Carolina can't score. Here's Council on the run, and Council is fouled. Back to the line he goes. Melvin Council Jr. not afraid. Rolling with his Monroe College teammate here, and Tajay Kelton. What a ride it's been for the junior from Rochester. 2 free throws for Council. 3 out of 4 from the line already. He's already taken 11 shots as well. And this is for the second time. Don't forget to watch whip-around coverage of all men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device. Fast break presented by AT&T 5G to the March Madness Live app. Download now.
But you know what we've seen? If Wagner can get a stop, they can run on North Carolina.
Sure.
Between Esquera and also, Council Jr. getting out, they can find some ways. But again, the difficult part, and we say that you can put a body on these oversized human beings inside Fort North Carolina, but that doesn't guarantee you the rebound. You got to root them out and do whatever you can to secure it and get out and run. That's where you may have your advantage. And here you get another chance right here.
Ingram found the soft spot in the zone, couldn't score it though. Esquera, the point guard from Puerto Rico, he gets it right back. Esquera, now he's got Bacon on him, dumps it down inside. Keontae Lewis, guarded by Ingram, big bodies going at it. Fundamental, Keontae Lewis off the glass.
Did you see him peek inside? Bump, bump, look at the middle of the lane, knowing he had enough room on the baseline to spin and use the glass. So right back at it, the zone.
Ingram in that spot once again, missed it again. Bacon can't follow it. Bacon gets a second offensive rebound, puts it in this time. Bacon, double-digit rebounding totals in this first half already. Got a double-double, 10 points, 11 boards, 3 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, it's a 20-piece coming this afternoon for him. I mean,
maybe on both sides.
Yeah, he's going to be able to dominate that.
Kelton with an air ball. Wojcik saves it. Carolina leads by 9. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Wagner hanging tough, shorthanded, and in foul trouble. Bacon goes strong again. He's fouled. Couldn't finish the dunk. Took a shot in the head. He's got free throws coming. Coming out of the Northeast Conference. Tournament champions in that conference. Armando Bacot is UNC's record holder for double-doubles and rebounds. And he's already got a double-double here today. 12 points, 11 rebounds. Trying to chase down one of the all-time ACC greats, Tim Duncan.
What? I thought he went to Hawaii.
He is from the islands, but the other islands.
Right.
And Bacot knocks the first one in. We send it over to Allie LaForce. What do you have, Allie?
Well, Brian and Jim, for as dominant as he has been, he comes into this tournament with great humility. He told me, quote, going into this tournament is all we ever wanted, to have a chance to be a #1 seed in the tournament. We know it comes with a level of responsibility. He said last season we had a letdown. This year there's an added sense of concentration. And this year we don't take it for granted, and we're ready for it.
King of the NIL, Armando Bacot. 167th game he is playing here today for Carolina.
But didn't that sound like, a mature player?
Yeah.
But a player that understands this is his last goal round.
I love it. And he's so thankful to be a Carolina Tar Heel. I mean, he loves them. They love him. It's been a beautiful marriage all these years.
It has been, but, the realization that it's coming to an end forces you to think and act a lot differently, which it's a great thing to have, and that's why he's played outstanding basketball this entire year.
A little step through by Council, gets his zone. Another chance here for Wagner. See if Wagner can get on a little burst here. They have their big man back on the floor. Keontae Lewis playing with the 3 fouls. 3 different Seahawks with 3 fouls right now on a 7-man roster. Hot pass. Kelton in traffic, comes up short, and that'll be Carolina ball.
But right there, the ball was stagnant. It was on one side of the court because they figured out either it was Esquera who had the mismatch with Bacot guarding him, or did they have one inside as well, but not being able to take advantage of it, playing right in the hands of North Carolina. And again, you bled under 5 seconds of the shot clock, hence an empty possession.
Top 10 defensive team is Wagner in the country as Ryan rips the cords, a 3-pointer. 25-year-old, the New York native, started at Stanford, 4 years at Notre Dame, transferred in for one last go-around in the ACC with Carolina. Big lead, biggest lead for the Tar Heels here at 14. Esquera cannot shake Davis, gives it up. And here is Julian Brown. No. Ingram with a rebound. Carolina on a push here. Late in this first half. The lefty, Wojcik. And Lewis clears it away. Donald Copeland says, ball control it here. Let's get to the halftime locker room. He's had to navigate with some foul trouble. They've got a great line for their team. As we get a foul here by Davis, you know, the 7 players, the 2 bench players, they call them 7 jerseys and 6 polos because that's what their bench looks like. Most of their players in polos or street clothes, and losing key players like Ramir Moore, maybe their best player, Zaire Williams, Rob Taylor, all players with significant injuries that does not have them available here for the NCAA tournament.
Well, keep in mind to our fans that haven't seen Wagner play, it didn't just happen in the tournament. They've been playing 2 months, about 2 months like this with 7 players.
Great point. 4 to shoot. Council, no. Withers was on him. Offensive board. Kelton can't get it to go. And finally, Jalen Withers. And that's a turnover.
And how many turnovers have we seen from North Carolina with their outlet passes? Tell the little things, the discipline, and you take that he had a disciplinary as a father.
Yes.
You know that's translating into his coaching staff.
Jersey through and through. Allie told you, his players know he's the worst thing they have to face every day, and he was on their case in that last time out. Here is Brown. No look. Lewis. Nice little push shot by Keontae Lewis.
But once again, out of a timeout, a beautiful drawn-up play. The execution was there because he understands Copeland's a timeout by North Carolina. They're
relatively quiet thus far. They really haven't needed Davis's shooting at this point, dominating in the paint. Elliot Cadeau, the freshman, will get it organized. Clock ticks. They'll take it to the end. Wagner, a very good defensive team. Davis finds some space, lost the handle, and that will take us to the halftime locker room. Donald Copeland was fired up on that sideline. Looked like he was playing point guard for Seton Hall once again.
The fact that they haven't turned the ball over a lot, he would like them to get to the free throw line more, but his main focus was forcing UNC to shoot more from deep.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thank you. Just 1 turnover for Wagner. You see the Tar Heels 46-1 with a double-digit lead going into the second half. They forced a turnover right away on the run. And now they get it set. R.J. Davis trying to get his shot going. Didn't need him much in that first half. Baycott cannot run it down. And a couple of empty sets. First possession for each team coming out of the halftime locker room.
And I want to say this, and this is no slight at Wagner. 7th in the country in Division I and holding opponents to 62.3 points. That's an NEC. That sometimes doesn't translate to that same number when you're facing a North Carolina. So you can lean into that. That's your calling card. But sometimes against an opponent that's far more superior in size and depth, that number is not the same. It doesn't equate the same.
Yeah, good point. Elliot Cadeau with an offensive foul. So Carolina turns it over. The freshman point guard Cadeau, New Jersey native. Quiet afternoon for him thus far. Baycott with 14 points, 12 rebounds. Already a double-double. Jalen Withers having one of his best games of the year. Just the 4th time all year he's been in double figures. Charlotte native coming off the bench with 10 and 5 boards. Keontae Lewis backing down Baycott. Lewis, little jump hook is good. Got himself in foul trouble in that first half with 3 quick ones. They're going to need him to play smart if they're going to have a chance at all. Wagner within 10. R.J. Davis trying to get by Escara. Nice little floater, but can't get it to go. And there's Lewis with a rebound.
Yeah, a little crowded space that time when Davis ripped it through. And look at the speed in which Council was able to get down the court. And that's what I said in the first half, is that if you can get stops, enough stops, and get out and run, now those big bodies are not camped into the lane, and you can find yourself with either an open jump shot or, like you saw Melvin Council Jr. do right there, able to attack off the dribble and get to the free throw line.
Cormac Ryan picks up the foul, is going to send Council to the free throw line. 21 against Howard in the first 4 on Tuesday. Only made 1 3-pointer in that game, and he missed all 3 of his free throws in that game. Not a great free throw shooter. He has been the only Wagner Seahawk to take free throws in this game, and he's 4 for 8 now.
The shots were short, no air underneath him.
Cormac Ryan your stroke.
You missed 2. The game plan is to make North Carolina make 3s, and they make 1 in transition. So kind of a 5-point swing right there in favor of Carolina.
3 made 3s for the Tar Heels. Cormac Ryan has 2 of them. Just underway here at half number 2. That was the hot hand in the first half. Julian Brown goes off the glass with a little mid-range jump shot. We'll say he did that on purpose. Heels by 11 now. Inside, Baycott got position. Baycott missed it. Another chance here for Carolina. Cormac Ryan setting up Baycott again. There's contact, and that's going to be number 4 on Keontae Lewis. Beg your pardon, his 3rd. And Lewis with the body contact on Baycott.
But what a heads-up play by Cormac Ryan. And I say that because instead of settling for a jump shot, Baycott tipped it out. He went right back to him in the post. And as a result, you're able to pick up another foul on Keontae Lewis.
Well, Donald Copeland trying to avoid foul trouble. Going to be tough to avoid against a team like North Carolina. 3 with 3 fouls. And Allen and Zongo and Lewis are the front court players. It has been a wild ride here for Wagner after winning the first 4 games. Didn't arrive until 3 a.m. They were back at it film session at 11 a.m. yesterday, and then out here for the workout. They went hard in practice too. Now they don't go full contact, but they go hard.
Yeah, they stopped going full contact once the bodies began short. So you lose a little something when you have practice time. But that's the cards that they were dealt with. A beautiful pass that time, a beautiful defense.
Wow. Council from behind with a block, and it's last touch by Baycott. That's going to be Wagner ball. What a play by Melvin Council.
But just on cue. Donald Copeland, his team, they don't give up. Council could have easily laid back, but he went right after this and took this away from Cadeau, who thought that was easy money in transition.
What an image. Council with purpose. Now he's driving, lost the handle. Into the hands of Harrison Ingram. 13-point Carolina lead. Ingram backing down a much smaller player. And now Ryan gives it up. Baycott with Lewis on with those 3 fouls. The double comes. Baycott leaves it for Davis. Oh, wow, what a finish. R.J. Davis somehow got it off the window.
Tough finish that time, but excellent read and react from the defense. And Davis able to pick his poison right there. Open shot or drive off the catch. Took the easier one, made a tough shot inside.
Just 7 points for Davis. He led the ACC in points per game this year. He was 11th nationally. That's a block by Davis, but a foul. Got him on the wrist.
To R.J. Davis, and when you have that kind of combination, you read off of each other and communicate without speaking. That time body language said, get your butt to the paint. I'm going to drop it to you. You got to get 2.
Free throws for Julian Brown. So he's the first Wagner Seahawk other than Council to be at the line here. Brown, excellent 3-point shooter, can be an X factor. Played all 40 minutes on Tuesday night and made those 2 clutch free throws late in the game that put him up 3. Knocks them both down here. You got to figure for Donald Copeland, this little 5-minute window right now is the game for them. They're down 13. They get a couple of free throws. Trying to tighten up the anxiety screws on the top seed. Seth Trimble on the floor, coming off the Carolina bench. Here's Davis. He pulls a long 3. Comes up short. Lewis flying high for the rebound. Here comes Wagner.
There you go. Positive defensive possession and in transition.
That's a little Euro from Melvin Council. Boy, he is nice. He has got some serious salt in his bag as Cormac Ryan comes right back to lay it in, and a foul. And Ryan is headed to the line.
Remember Jay Ivey that played at Purdue? Council. A little bit of that in his game right here. Look at this. Able to get it down quickly before, but then you give it back up. Really, you see Wagner give it up, and then that time Keontae Lewis is forced now to the bench with his 4th foul. And those are fouls that you would rather him use on Armando Bacot or a postman down low, not in that situation, because of the transition defense just wasn't intact that time.
So a good answer by Carolina. Cormac Ryan with the traditional three-point play. He's had hit 2 threes as well in the game. He's got 11. Esquera running with Sexongo now. Whipping around the perimeter. Now Counter goes to work, rises up, can't hit it. Bacot the rebound. Bacot collects his 14th rebound. 16 points, 14 boards for Armando Bacot. Ball movement here inside. Bacot resets. Turnaround is good. Got it deep. And Armando Bacot with the left hand.
The offensive discipline, not to just take the first available, but take the best shot by North Carolina. You know, when you have a sizable lead at times, sometimes you'll try some things, some players will go off script, but we haven't seen that yet. So, outstanding offensive discipline by the Tar Heels.
Here's Esquera trying to leave it up top. Well, it was all set up for Sexongo. He was not expecting a pass. Empty set. Davis drives. Davis, a great finisher, and scores another one. Donald Copeland this year. First time in a long, long time. Ian Eagle taking over the top seat. He'll be on the air from Brooklyn tomorrow with Grant Hill, Bill Raftery, Tracy Wolfson. I'll be right here on CBS. You get to see one of the 3-1 seeds in action tomorrow on CBS. UConn setting up shop in Brooklyn this week. Wagner with the ball here. Three-pointer flies for Brown. He's got it. Julian Brown coming out of that timeout. It's his 3rd three-pointer. 15 for Julian Brown. Ball control for Carolina. Set Trimble back to Davis. Esquera's been on Davis. Here's Cormac Ryan now, and it's an air ball. Trimble's there for it, though. Another chance for the Heels. And now Davis, late clock. Down to 2. Ryan's got to get one up here. Brown on him. Ryan does get it off. Can't score it. Rebound secured by Allen.
Offensive rebound. Carolina not able to take advantage of it, but here in transition, secondary break. Get an open shot. Nailed it.
Three-pointer for Tajay Kelton. Got to be a thrill for Kelton and Council. Those two teammates at Monroe College now on the big stage of the NCAA tournament. Wagner hitting a couple of threes in the last 2 possessions to make this a 12-point Carolina lead. Cormac Ryan, he'll let it fly, comes up short. Offensive board, Withers. Withers has been a beast in round 1 today and puts one back.
In the size matters. Withers that time, excellent footwork. Got the bump.
Air ball from Kelton. Little push shot comes up short. Threading the needle. Bacot the catch. Can't finish. Look who's there. Jalen Winters.
How about that pass from Davis and Bacot able? You like they scooped it up almost like a third baseman maybe. Or
Pickett. Short hop.
Short hop. There you go.
Pickett Wilson. That was a good catch by Bacot.
It was.
Turned it into points after the miss.
Withers able to, all the attention was on Bacot, so that window was open for him to tip it back in.
Brown looking for some space, a foul. And you could see a matchup down the road in the West Regional. Caleb Love, R.J. Davis, Arizona UNC. Could happen. Coming out of that timeout, Wagner getting a corner three-pointer, so the three-point shooting has kept them hanging around here, only down 13. Brown has 18 points now. His 4th made 3. Ingram showed 3. Back in the hands of the point guard. Deflection by Brown. Davis now drives. R.J. Davis hangs, is fouled. And R.J. Davis will go to the line for a pair.
And great attack that time. And I'll tell you what, another outstanding out of bounds, out of timeout play by Donald Copeland. Drawn up. Now listen, you may not make the shot, but do you get the shot that you want and not what the defense dictates? And that has to be 4 or 5 times that they've gotten an outstanding look and been able to convert coming off of a timeout.
Just 40 years of age, Donald Copeland, second year, taking over for Bashir Mason. And you can tell the skill of a coach on those out-of-bounds plays. He's drawn up a few in this one. Hey, CBS, Tuesday is FBI night. FBI, FBI International, FBI Most Wanted. New episodes Tuesday starting at 8/7 Central. All new, all spring on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus as well. R.J. Davis with a couple of free throws. Jalen Washington will enter for Carolina. Baycott will sit. 18 points, 14 rebounds for Armando Baycott. It's a 15-point Carolina lead.
Yeah, Carolina 11 offensive rebounds, 15 second chance points, and 36 of the 60 points by North Carolina have come via the paint.
Brown turning the corner, two-man game here, and a foul. Zongo! Strong roll to the rim. Zongo a chance at a three-point play.
But pace is what got this play an opportunity to work. You come off the screen hard, you roll hard. Now the defense is shifting. That little pocket pass was available, and Zonga able to, despite that thin frame, complete that three-point play. And you know, Wagner, you think they're out of it, then they make a little bit of a push, get this thing back to 12.
Tough team here. Sexongo, the freshman on the shorthanded roster, and with Taron Allen with 4 fouls right now, he's going to have to play some big minutes. Back in that zone, R.J. Davis rattles in a three-pointer.
Well, you know, that skip pass is always going to leave you susceptible to an open shot, and unfortunately, that open shot lands in the hands of a 41% three-point shooter with R.J. Davis. Not who you want to take that shot.
Davis is 2 out of 5. Right on that 40% number today. 2 out of 5 from three-point range. Council. He turns. Council looking for Zongo. Zongo can't finish it. Ingram flying high for the rebound. Cadeau gives it up. Ingram will pull a three. And he hits it. Harrison Ingram, 37% three-point shooter this year. Transferred from Stanford, now in his junior year. Big-time rebounder, top 10 in the nation in total rebounds. Here goes Council, he drives and lays it in. Beat him off the dribble, quick move. Up ahead, Withers running the floor, knocked out of his hands by Council. What an incredible sequence on both ends by Melvin Council.
Well, watch the last 2 plays here. Ball movement, the skip pass, 2-on-1 on the weak side, money, and then here, body blow, body blow, body blow. You know what I mean? Paint touch, paint touch, paint touch. Guess what? The trailer is wide open. People knock that in the transition offense.
Out of bounds, and it is Davis. So Hubert Davis draws one up. R.J. Davis lays it in. 11 in the half for R.J. Davis. After a quiet first half, just 5 points in the first half. He's got 16 overall. And another turnover. Davis with a steal up ahead. Cadeau up top. And down it goes. Jalen Withers. A highlight for the Heels. You'll be seeing that one the rest of the night. A 10-2 run. Jalen Withers now with 16 points as Brown is fouled by Ryan. And let's give you another look.
That's something you practice on all the time. Fast break, 3-on-1, make the correct decision and play. And that time, Cadeau able to throw it right up to Jalen Withers. Showing that athleticism, but how quickly Carolina can respond to a run. Their own 10-2, like you said. Spurred by their defense.
Got a chance at a double-double here, Jalen Withers, having his best game of the year for Carolina. Here is Council, missed it. Zongo fighting hard for the rebound, and then lost the handle. Shot clock didn't reset. Certainly hit the rim.
The next opponent, Michigan State, it may be something a little bit different. They still want to dominate the paint, but the huge advantage is right here. So why go away from it when it's working?
They did reset the shot clock to 15. It did make contact with the rim, so a possession here for Wagner. Kelton gives it right back, and Council drills a three-pointer.
I like him.
Yeah, so
I like him,
impressed
bro.
with what he's done.
I like him. His attack, his body, the way he's built, his athleticism, not afraid to dirty it up a little bit, meaning get 2 feet in the paint, athletic.
First team All-NEC performer. Been in a shooting slump before his game in Dayton as R.J. Davis, pure stroke right there. Davis having a big second half for the Tar Heels.
Well, it's because the shots that not only Davis is getting from the perimeter, they're contested but not to the full extent because of the paint presence. So now you're able to get some cleaner, more efficient looks from beyond the arc, knowing that Wagner is more willing to kind of give those up.
Ends up in the hands of Council, dumps it down to Lewis. Guarded by Bacot, he'll pull that jumper, knocks it down. He's got a nice little stroke. Keontae Lewis out of Chesterfield, Virginia. Just a sophomore. Deflection. Vizcarra got another hand on that. Remember, he had 3 steals early. Council saves it, and it's going to be a backcourt violation.
Yeah.
Unforced error by Wagner. Wagner had to win 3 road games in the NEC tournament. It's not a neutral site tournament. They beat Merrimack in the NEC tournament championship game. Their first NEC tournament title since 2003. First time any NEC school had won 3 straight road games to win the tournament and earn the AQ. Bacot missed it. Withers keeps it alive into the hands of Council. They push it. Council, speed dribble. Finding Brown. That was blocked by Ryan. Withers up ahead. Ingram runs it down. Ingram scores. In transition, the Heels back up 20. Well, I'm guessing Jalen Withers getting a shot of confidence here. Playing in the NCAA tournament in his hometown here in Charlotte. Went to North Mecklenburg High School. He's had a great game. 16 points, 8 boards for Jalen Withers.
You can get that kind of production from Withers. You know, in their next game, it makes it extremely difficult for Michigan State. It got it up, but I don't think in time. They got the foul.
Yeah, got a foul here. Vern Harris got the foul right as the clock was expiring, and saying that the foul came prior to the shot clock expiring.
And he's saying right there, that is a foul. So he got it on his left hand, but did the clock expire before the ball is out? So the foul occurred before.
Yeah.
So good call by the official. You know, the Carolina fans don't like it, but it was the correct call. And Bacot really didn't have to reach down as much. Could have kept those arms straight up and down.
Keontae Lewis misses the first free throw. Been a rough go at the line for Wagner. Hey, watch CBS Sports HQ. Free 24/7 coverage of the big dance and all the biggest moments in sports. Catch tournament highlights, picks, previews, recaps, and much more. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. 1 out of 2 for big Keontae Lewis. Gives him 13 points, 4 rebounds. Been in foul trouble. He's playing with 4 fouls currently. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Carolina trying to put away the 16 seed. Wagner showing well in this NCAA tournament. In and out, Bacot, another rebound. Sets up Ryan, extra pass. Davis using clock here.
They're smart, and that's not a player who is hunting for shots. You know, just patient. Like, I don't need to get it right now.
He's playing the game.
He's playing the game.
Council knows he's got to go quick. Withers ends up on him. And Council gives it up. Javier Esquerra. 4.5 to go. Council's taking his time. In and out it goes.
I already knew when he bent down, he was going in attack mode. He said, I gave it up to you once. Beautiful.
What a pass. Cormac Ryan on the receiving end from R.J. Davis. Good look inside. Carolina poised for a matchup with Michigan State. Michigan State as a 9 seed took down Mississippi State, the 8 seed, in the first game.
And shot it extremely well from beyond 3. You know, Mississippi State came into that game limiting teams to about 29%.
R.J. Davis with the finishing touches here. Huge second half. He's got 22 now. 17 of those coming in half number 2. Davis buries his 4th three-pointer. Boy, it's set up for a great matchup, though. Blue bloods in college basketball, Carolina and Michigan State. The defensive-minded Spartans. Tom Izzo, always brilliant this time of year as Baycott puts 2 more in. All those matchups with Roy Williams, and now it's going to be Hubert Davis and Tom Izzo. And we are set up for a dandy on Saturday at Wagner. Came from Haiti to Brooklyn. She was a 2-sport athlete, had a bunch of injuries. Escara knocks it down. She decided because they got her right, she wanted to be an athletic trainer. And here she is in the NCAA tournament. I said, your parents must be so proud. She goes, oh, they just think I'm going to work.
Exactly. They don't know what I do
for a living. Well, anyway, Dominska, you've made us all proud. Yep.
Now, she had a great story, too, talking about her athletic background and the opportunity she had been given here at Wagner. I mean, there's always those little intricate stories that you find out a lot more about when you're covering teams that you normally don't cover during the course of the year.
Worked as an intern in the WNBA. She worked for the Aces.
Liberty.
Living out a dream. She's already finding her path in this business. And we wish her luck. Only 28 years of age. She's got such a great future. We really enjoyed talking to her yesterday. Dominska Estime.
Well, speaking of great future, you think about, I know it's a disappointing loss for Wagner, but the core group in which the players are on the court now, juniors, freshmen, sophomores for Wagner, all this experience of going through the conference tournament, winning it, being here in the tournament, competing for a portion of this game, and now bringing that back along with some fresh bodies. This Wagner team is poised to do some damage next year. A lot of talent returning.
Taryn Allen been playing in foul trouble. Zayden High on the floor. Wojcik got some early playing time in this game tonight. Be matching up against his father at Michigan State in the second round coming up Saturday. Paxton Wojcik, his dad Doug, an assistant at Michigan State. Final 2 minutes here. Been a great run for Wagner. Incredible run. An enrollment just over 2,100. Think about the discrepancy in the enrollment at each of these schools. Staten Island, New York, picking up their first ever NCAA tournament victory at the first 4. Holding off Howard on Tuesday night. The NEC tournament champs. Their former coach, Bashir Mason, he'll have St. Peter's matching up against Tennessee. I know Donald Copeland is disappointed, but he is proving quickly that he is going to be a formidable head coach at the collegiate level. He's in his 2nd year. Talented point guard at Seton Hall. He was an assistant under Kevin Willard at Seton Hall. He is Jersey through and through. And, you know, he's got a bright future ahead of him as well.
Yeah, well, you know, the fight was there, but then sometimes the realization that you run out of talent sometimes sets in, and that's what happened with Wagner. But the fight was there all afternoon, and that's what you look at and you judge your team on. Yeah, we were outmanned, outsized, but the heart and the effort was still there all the way down to the buzzer. Even though North Carolina's making these shots, you never saw these young men for Wagner hang their heads. They continue to compete, and that's a reflection, you know, on their parents, but also this coaching staff.
Wojcik reins in that 3-pointer. He came in that first half for defensive purposes. Great Lebo on the floor as well, trying to guard Council, and Zayden high, up high for the block. Freshman out of Rockwell, Texas. Dwayne Ferris, or Dewey Ferris, I should say, will enter. And the end of the line for Wojcik and Jalen Washington. Rob Landry getting a minute to play in the NCAA tournament as well. These guys put in the hard work. Scout team put in the grind, getting minutes here in March Madness. Get the cameras out. Three-pointer finally goes down for Javier Esquerra. He's been impressive to watch as well, the point guard from Puerto Rico. You ever see that documentary put out, Bleacher Report, the point gods of Puerto Rico, J.J. Barea and Carlos Arroyo. Got one on the board. Rob Landry scores it, much to the delight of the Carolina bench. Esquerra obviously looking up to those guys, Jose Alvarado and J.J. Barea and Carlos Arroyo. Great moment for him from Puerto Rico to be in the NCAA tournament as well. Michigan State and North Carolina set for a second round matchup as Council is fouled on his way in. Well, this is going to be some battle Saturday. Hubert Davis and Tom Izzo. Very much looking forward to this one, Jimmy.
You know, it's the same thing. The size of North Carolina inside protecting the paint. The transition offense for Tom Izzo. Can they get those easier baskets in their secondary breaks against this North Carolina team and protect the paint? You know, that's you're able to do that when you're able to knock in shots from the perimeter. I think you'll see a lot more aggressive R.J. Davis from the beginning because of the guard matchups from Michigan State. But, man, you're talking about a big-time matchup on Saturday.
Can't wait.
I'm glad I'm here with you, partner, to call that one.
It's going to be something special. Hubert Davis, the ACC Coach of the Year, takes out the 16 seed Wagner Seahawks. Armando Bacot with a monster game. 20 points, 15 rebounds. His 6th consecutive NCAA tournament game with 15 boards. Jalen Withers was outstanding as well in his hometown. So the stage is all set.